Hey, I'm Gabby, also known as Señorita Gavita. Welcome back or welcome if you are new here. Today's video will be a cozy sketch with me session. I do this type of video each month where I take you with me in my creation process of my rewards for Patreon. So I will take you with me and I will show you how I do the sketching part for my concept ideas, and then I will print and cut the stickers and art print, and I will show you the final result. But first I will start with the sketching part, and this time I wanted to use the new acrylic markers from Ohuhu. I got this set a few months ago as a present, and now I wanted to finally use them. You can see the set has 24 colors, so it is a little bit of a limitation. So I think it's a very nice set for starting out, to get used to it, to learn how the acrylic markers work, how they react to the paper and so on. But I think I would love if they are offering soon more colors, because I was very surprised how opaque the paint was of the acrylic markers and how pigmented you can see. That my paper of my sketchbook is very thin, and on the other side of the page I have an illustration or a sketch spread which I did with ink in my fountain pen, and it is very shining through the paper. And now I'm using a very light yellow for the first flower, and I only needed 2 layers of the acrylic paint to cover up the bleed through, and I was very surprised how pigmented and opaque it was, and I really like the quality of this acrylic paints. I think when I'm comparing it to my other acrylic markers that I have, it is one of the better ones, and also the quality to price ratio is very good for beginners, I think, in my opinion. So I can totally recommend to try them out if you are looking for an acrylic marker set. I have already posted the print and sticker for March on my Instagram. I will show you it here very quick. And if you like it, you can join my Patreon until the end of March to receive them. You can decide if you want a sticker, the art print, or both together as a bundle. I will do also some original artworks as well that you can receive. And when you are deciding to receive the original artwork, you will also get the sticker and the print together. So it's a very nice way to have an original artwork for me, because I'm not offering at the moment commission, so there will be only a few slots. And so be very quick if you want to have an original artwork. I will post soon the first original artwork that you can receive. But now back to the drawing here. I think maybe you have already recognized the type of flower that I'm drawing for March. It's the Daffodil and the Jonquil. They are actually the same type of flower, but the Daffodil is a bigger one and the Jonquil is smaller in size. And maybe you are watching this type of video for the first time. This type of video is part 3 of my little series that I do each month. Is about the flower of the month. So I will tell you background stories about the flowers, like the history or the symbolism of them. And yes, I will start with the daffodil. So the primary birth flower of March is the daffodil. And daffodils are vibrant, early blooming flowers known for their trumpet-shaped blooms and cheerful appearance. They are native to the Mediterranean region, North Africa and Western Asia, and have been appreciated for their beauty, symbolism and various uses for centuries. They were first cultivated by the ancient Greeks and Romans for their health properties, and in the 17th century, daffodils became popular ornamental flowers in European gardens, and they have been featured in various poems and artworks. Today, daffodils are beloved springtime flowers worldwide, and I have found some interesting facts as well. There are over 50 different species and thousands of cultivated varieties of daffodils. They come in various colors, sizes, and shapes, providing a wide range of choices for gardeners. Also, the daffodil flowers are known for the long-lasting bloom that can stay fresh for up to 6 weeks in a vase when properly cared for. And this is one of the reasons because they are a popular choice for cut flower arrangements. And also in Wales, the daffodil is a national emblem symbolizing hope. St. David's Day, celebrating on March 1st. Now to the meaning and symbolism of the daffodil. Did you know that daffodils are also called Narcissus? In Greek mythology, Narcissus, a river god, ending up falling in love with his own reflection. And sadly, though, he took it a little bit too far and stared at his reflection in the water so much, so he drowned. In the place where he died, later daffodils bloomed. Because of this, you will think that it will have a meaning of self-obsession. Well, instead they are known for representing rebirth and new beginning, as well as inspiration, forgiveness, and creativity. The second flower of March is the jonquil, and a jonquil is a type of daffodil known for its small and delicate plumes and strong sweet scent. Jonquils typically have narrow reed-like leaves and produce clusters of trumpet-shaped flowers with bright yellow petals and a central corona that is often darker in color. Where can you find the jonquils? Their original come from places near the Mediterranean Sea. People have planted them in many different parts of the world where the weather is not too hot or too cold. You can often see them in gardens, parks, and places where they make the surrounding look more beautiful and smell nice in the spring. The history of them. Jonquils have been grown for a very long time. People from ancient times like them because they smell very good and they look pretty. As years went by, they become also popular in gardens and homes all over the world, making them surroundings more beautiful and smelling nice in the spring. So it is very similar to the daffodil. One interesting fact about the jonquils is that they are often associated with celebrations like the Chinese New Year, where they represent good luck and prosperity. The jonquils have special meanings. They remind us of spring and new beginnings, like when winter ends. Some people believe they bring good luck and happiness, so they use them in celebration and important moments. The flower keeps coming back each year, showing their strength and resilience. They're also a wonderful gift to show someone you care. So in simple words, jonquils symbolize happiness, fresh start, and being strong in tough times. But now, what did they say about your personality? March is the season of Pisces and Aries. The signs are known for being creative, confident, and deeply intuitive. They might even know you better than you know yourself, and you can bet the moment they walk into a room, all eyes are on them and their fabulous presence. So since daffodils and jonquils symbolize rebirth, luck, and a little bit of vanity, March persons are obsessed with starting new hobbies. Sure, this might mean they have a bunch of unfinished projects around the house, something that will not frustrate their partners, but they are all about experience everything life has to offer and broadening their horizon. If you're ever feeling nervous about trying something new and different, your March friend will be right beside you, holding your hands as they dive hand first into the adventure with you. So to sum up, in March there are two special birth flowers, the daffodil and the jonquil. Daffodil stand for new beginnings and creativity, while jonquil, a kind of daffodil, represents starting fresh and being strong. People born in March are a lot like these flowers. They are creative, strong, and often stand out in the crowd. Their affinity for starting new hobbies reflects their zest for life and resilience in embracing new adventures. And daffodils and jonquils with their vibrant colors and sweet smells make March a more meaningful and beautiful month, especially for those born that month. I hope you like this storytelling, and maybe you are born in March, so I will be very excited to see you in the comments if you are March baby. I know a lot of people who are born in March. My partner is also an Aries, and I think after reading this facts about the March flowers and about the characteristic of the Aries, I can definitely see some connections, and I was very entertained about reading this information. So back to the drawing, you can see that I also used in some parts colored pencil. I also tried to use it on the yellow petals of the daffodil, but it didn't stick that well on top of the acrylic marker, but it worked with the green color. I don't know why, but I really liked how it looks on the grass on the upper illustration that I started. And I really like to add colored pencil in my drawings to create some type of texture and also to make some interesting points on the drawing and to bring more life in it, because I think sometimes when I'm drawing with acrylic markers it can look a little bit static, and I lose sometimes this movement or dynamic from my sketches with the acrylic marker, so I tried to include this back with colored pencil. So this is one of the reasons why I love to combine art supplies with colored pencil. And I also think that maybe because when the acrylic markers dried up, the surface of the paper is almost very smooth, and then maybe then the colored pencil, the pigments of it can't stick on top of the surface. I don't know. Maybe I have to try out different paper with more texture, or try to find other art supplies that I can use on top of the acrylic markers. because I said in the beginning I only have with this set 24 colors, and I want to add more details in shaping the petals and so on, and I only had 2 yellow colors, so I couldn't create that much of a good value to shape the petals and so on. So I was a little bit limited, and I wanted to fix it with colored pencil, but it didn't work out. So I added in later a little bit of light orange to make the details, but I wished I had more options for this drawing. But it was also a nice way to rethink how I can use the colors to create the best result for my illustration. So I did the drawing more graphic and more with flat coloring, and in the end I was very pleased with the outcome. I didn't expect at the beginning to be satisfied with my illustration or with the sketches, but in the end, it changed my mind. I really like it. And also, while drawing it, I already did some mental notes how I wanted to be the final sticker and art print. So this time, while sketching, I only had very vibrant colors. So then I wanted to make the digital illustration more in pastel colors, so a little bit more creamy and dreamy. And now I'm adding the light blue, and you can see how opaque the color is. You can't see the sketches on the back side. I was very surprised how good the quality was of this paint markers. And here I'm starting to paint the clouds, and maybe you can see that while I'm adding the white color, it started to create like a build up of the paint. I think it is because the paper that I am using here, or the sketchbook, it's a very thin paper, so I couldn't hold that much color. It was already saturated with the blue because I added 2 layers of the blues, and then it couldn't hold that much of the white paint. But I smudged it a little bit with my finger to make a very clean surface, and I really like this technique. It's a little bit messy, but sometimes I really love to work with my hands, and then I could blend out the clouds into the blue more smoothly. So I could create with this technique a very soft look for the clouds. And because of using my fingers, I also thought maybe I can use a very tiny sponge next time. I don't know if this is a very good technique to use a sponge with acrylic markers, but for example, for creating clouds, it could be a very nice way or easy way. So I will try it out next time, and I will tell you if it worked out. So now, after I have finished the clouds, I added also some lines with a white hands to create like a movement, and then I started to draw the tree in the background. And I think this part of creating the tree was my favorite of this drawing. I really enjoy only to add like with a dotting movement all the leaves of the tree, and then I was building up from light to the darkest green shade all the shape of the tree, and then also adding in the end more yellow to create like the sun is shining on the leaves. And I really like it. And also in the end, I don't know, maybe you have the same feeling, and this drawing reminds me very strong to some Ghibli scenes, and I really want to draw next time maybe some scenery from Ghibli movies with acrylic markers in my sketchbook. I really wanted to do this. I'm very excited to make this next time. But at the same time, I'm also a little bit conflicted because I don't do that much of fan art illustration. I'm not really a fan of fan art, but it's a personal preference. But maybe I will do this like some studies to learn more how to use acrylic markers to paint in different techniques and style, and maybe to see it like a practice drawing. And I don't know, maybe you want to see some Ghibli scenery studies from me as well. So if you are looking forward to something like that, let me know in the comments down below. I have here in my collection of books some Ghibli art books, and then I can look through them and find a scenery that I want to draw next time. Or maybe I can also combine some sceneries from Ghibli with my fairy guinea pigs. Some Ghibli inspired characters, and then with my guinea pigs, maybe. I don't know. Usually I do my outlines with colored pencil, but because the surface wasn't able to hold the pigments of the pencil, I did the line art also with the acrylic markers, and it was okay. I couldn't make these fine details or lines because the illustration is already very small, and the nib of the acrylic markers from Ohuhu, they are not that fine for my taste to work on for the details, but it worked out. It's okay, and I also have to remind myself that this is only a sketch. But maybe they can in the future also offer acrylic markers with a finer brush nib. This will be very awesome for me because I love to add some fine details with acrylic marker as well. I'm using for the highlights, as you have already shown you, my acrylic marker from Posca with the finest nib, but it is a very stiff nib. It isn't a brush nib, so I can't do like very flexible strokes. So it would be very nice to have an option with a very fine brush nib in the next time. So in the next day after I had finished my sketches, and I have already my idea in mind, I already did the digital illustration, and it was time to print and cut the stickers and prints. Here you can see the freebie sticker that you will receive in your Patreon rewards, and also I will add them to my Etsy and my own shop as well as a freebie. So in March or all the springtime, you will receive this Jonquil sticker as a freebie to your order. And also the art print, you can see that I stick to the composition that I drew in my sketchbook, but I changed the color and added a much more yellow hue, and to create a more spring vibe, a more warmer look, to make it more cozy. And also I make the sky more in pastel colors. So you can see right now the final sticker and art print. And as I said, you can receive the Patreon rewards by joining my Patreon until the end of March. And this is all about today's video. I hope you like it, and if this is the case, don't forget to leave a thumb up, to subscribe to my channel and push the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos from me. And then I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!